watching Let's Chat.
Or someone you know may have a problem property. One you're trying to get rid of, but maybe you don't have the patience or the time to do it through so-called conventional means. Let me introduce you to a couple of guys who can help you out with that. And even if you're not in a hurry to sell the property, talk to these guys, Thomas DeMoss and Lee Gate with Chattanooga Property Solutions. Gentlemen, good morning to you both.
Good morning.
Good morning.
What kind of properties are you guys looking for?
We're open to anybody. What we tell folks is if you have a problem property, we have a solution. Between Lee and I was thinking about this morning, actually middle of the night last night. I think we've got over 300 solution transactions, folks that we've helped. There's not many things that we have not encountered.
What do you define as a problem property?
Comes in a lot of shapes and sizes.
Sure.
It could be condition of the home. It could be something about how you make the jump from where you are to where you want to be, timing, how the finances roll. Owning two houses at one time can be really expensive.
Sure.
Sometimes we can help with that.
And you can do so in a fairly condensed time, from what I understand.
Hold on.
Give me an example. Somebody calls you up today, you go out tomorrow, you strike a deal. How long before you're in and they're out?
Really, they get to choose.
Yeah, it depends. We say close on your timeline.
Sometimes it's a couple days. The one we just bought up in Cleveland, the gentleman relocating needed to find room for his stepson, and he needed about 2 months to do it. No problem.
Well, incredible.
I'll tell you another example. We actually had a lady in Red Bank that we sat down in her living room, came to an agreement on her house. Everybody was happy, but she said, I can't move until my son graduates from high school. Okay. 2 years later, we bought her house.
Wow. So it doesn't have to be a short time. It can be kind of an extended sort of thing.
Absolutely.
Flexibility is sometimes what's most important to folks.
Sure. Give me another success story. Give me one that's really heartwarming. Another one that's really heartwarming. And I know you got a plenty.
Sure. Well, I'm actually going to go back to the one in Cleveland just because it's fresh in my mind. We actually closed on it before he moved out. He needed some of the resources from the sale of his home to make that transition.
Right.
That's really common. So we'd set that up, and I swung by. He's actually ahead of schedule. He called me 5 days after we closed and said, hey, I'm all set. You know, want you to come take a look at it, make sure everything's okay, and grab the keys. And I drove up and grabbed them from him, and he was cleaning every square inch of that place as hard as he could. And I had told him from the get-go, I said, I'm not worried about what's here. I'm not worried about what's left behind.
Right.
I want you to have everything that's important and sentimental and valuable to you. And he was sweaty, and he had cleaning gloves on, and he opened the door, and we chatted, and I said, hey, how are you? And he said, well, I'm okay, but I'm working hard. And I said, well, if you've got what you need, I'd like you to just stop. And I had to say it twice. He's a great guy. I had to say it twice. But I think the second time he heard me, and I think he about gave me a hug. I'm hard to hug. I'm a big guy, but you know, it was so easy for me to say that because we're going to do some work on the property. We're going to make a huge mess.
Right.
I'm not worried about cabinets and stuff on the floor.
What puts Chattanooga Property Solutions ahead of other companies that do a similar kind of thing?
I'll speak directly to that. We've been in business over 5 years now. One of the first folks that we helped was a lady in East Ridge. She called and she said, I don't know what to do. I'm under contract with another company and they're not letting me out of my contract and I'm going to lose my house to foreclosure. Well, we walked through the right steps to get her out of that contract and close on her house. Incredible solution for her. I'll give you another example too.
Sure.
Hickson, we had another lady, had already put a deposit down on an apartment, calls us. I took the call. She was crying. She said, I'm going to lose my deposit. It was $1,500. It was a lot of money. She said, I'm going to lose my deposit because the folks that told me they were going to buy my house just canceled and we were supposed to close today.
Wow.
So we made it happen. She didn't lose her deposit.
I think one of the biggest differences is we actually live here.
Yeah.
This is home for us. We're local. We don't work in Knoxville or Nashville. We don't work in Atlanta. You know, we work in Cleveland and Lafayette and Rossville and Ringgold and here in town.
So you're not just exclusively here in Hamilton County. You guys are just really all around our immediate metro area.
If I can drive there in 30, 40 minutes, I'll come take a look.
You have a better knowledge of what goes on here and of what the market is doing, which it's seemingly changing on a daily basis.
Very quickly.
And you guys
There's
are
no
staying on
normal
top
anymore.
of that. How do we get in touch with you and find out if maybe we do have a problem property, or even if we don't, we just want something different? How do we get in touch?
I'll tell you what, the best way to do it, I can give you our phone number. It's 423-454-3070. You can call us direct if you want to have a conversation. But we encourage people to go to our website. We can tell you how great we are, but we want our former clients and success stories to tell you.
Sure.
And we've given them an opportunity to do that on our website, which is ChattanoogaPropertySolutions.com.
ChattanoogaPropertySolutions.com. Very cool. Thomas, Lee, good to see you both. Best of luck in the future, and we'll see you over the coming weeks. Make sure and stick around. We are talking with our friends from the Chattanooga Ballet straight ahead when we continue here on Let's Chat.